Hey everyone and welcome back. In our last video, we learned how to make Python talk using the print command. But what if we want our program to remember something, like someone's name or their score in a game or maybe the price of an item? Think about it. If you meet someone and want to remember their name later, what do? You store it in your memory, right? Computers need a way to do something similar. If we ask a user for their name, how does the computer hold onto that name so it can use it later? Maybe to say hello and then the name. So it needs a place to store that information. Well, in programming, we have special memory spots called variables. The best way to think about a variable is like a labeled box. You can put information inside the box, and the label helps you find the right box later. This label is the variable's name, and the information inside this box is its value. So how do we put something into one of these boxes? We use the equal sign. Remember, in Python, equal sign means assign the value on the right, in this example physics, string physics. So assign the value on the right to the variable name on the left. So in this example, book is the labeled, box's label, so variable name. And the value is physics, the string physics. So on the picture, you can also see that we have a box and the label is book. That's our variable name. And the content, the information inside that box is physics, is this string, this name physics. Okay, we have stored information. How do we see what's inside the boxes later? Simple. We just use the variable's name. For example, if we write print book, Python finds the book box, sees physics inside, and prints it. We have stored and retrieved a text using variables in this example. Remember our box labeled book? We first put physics inside it using book equal sign physics. So this means assign physics, the value, to the variable name book. If we printed it then with C physics. So if we run this in Python, we will see physics printed out because Python will find this book variable and it will see that there is physics inside. So the physics is the value that will be printed out. What if you want to put something else in the same box? So what if you want to put chemistry, the text string chemistry in the same labeled box? So it's very simple in Python. You just reassign another value, in this case chemistry, to the same variable. This overrides the variable and basically it puts new information in the box. So you can see in this picture on the right that we now have put chemistry into that labeled box. And if now we print book, we will see chemistry instead of physics. One last crucial thing before we start coding, the labels on your boxes, the variable names, are super important in programming. Imagine you have lots of boxes storing different pieces of information for a big program. Think about our book physics example. The name book is okay, but what if we also wanted to store the author's name or the number of pages? If we just use names like B, like in this example, A, P, things would get confusing fast. It's much better to use descriptive names instead of B, maybe book title, for example, in this example. So we can have book title and then we can assign physics to it. Now it's perfectly clear what information that variable holds. Good names make your code readable, like telling a clear story, both for others and for your future self when you look back at your code. All right, I've got my Jupyter notebook open here. Let's create our first variables. For example, name. We can have name Bob. And if we now create another cell, we can print this variable. If we do now print name, we need to first run this cell and then run this. We will see that Python uses the variable name and can retrieve its value, which is Bob. It will print out Bob. Or we can have, for example, user greeting, and we can assign, for example, hello world to this, and then we run it. Now we can access this value by using the variable name. Similarly, we can say user greetings, and then if we run this Python code, we will get hello world printed out. All right, we need to create more cell codes. Now we will define a variable that holds an integer, a number, let's say score, and it's 98, for example. We can also just print the in the same cell. We can print it just below it. We don't need to have another cell. So if we now run this, Python will print out the value of this variable score. We can also try reassigning. So let's say now we will reassign another value, let's say 100 to score. Now if we print score again, this time it will show print out 100. All right, so going back to our book title example, so we can have a variable, let's say book title equals math, for example, and we can also have like b equals math, for example. If we print these variables, book title as well as b, let's print them out. Let's run the code, and we will see that both variables have the same value. But as mentioned in the lecture, it's better to give a descriptive name to a variable because it is easier to read the code and understand what type of data or what sort of values the variable has. So in this case, if you read this book title, you expect that the value is a book title. But if you read B, you don't know what this B could mean. So it's better to use book title than just B, because B, as mentioned, it's like labeling your boxes. So it's better to put a good and descriptive labels rather than just letters B, A. So today we learned about variables, our labeled boxes for storing information like text and numbers. We saw how to put things in using the assign sign symbol, the equal sign, look inside, so with the print command, and change what's inside with reassignment. And remember to use descriptive names. In the next video, we'll explore the different types of information we can put in these boxes and what we can do with them. See you then.